Our bodies contain about 37 trillion cells. Today we're going to talk about eukaryotic cells, but first we're going to go quickly over the cell theory to help define what a cell means. There are three basic principles upon which we define what a cell means. First, all living things are composed of cells. Second, the cell is the basic functional unit of life. And third, cells arise only from pre-existent cells. Through the advances of science, we were able to add a fourth principle, which is genetic material, deoxyribonucleic acid or DNA, is passed from one cell, parent cell, to the daughter cell during cell division. By taking a closer look to number 3 and 4, we can easily find that viruses cannot be considered a living organism because viruses need to invade another organism and able to replicate. And also they don't use DNA as their genetic material. Instead, they use RNA, ribonucleic acid. So let's categorize cells. There are two main categories of cells, prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells like bacteria and archaea, they are typically smaller single-celled, meaning they only consist of one cell, and they don't have a membrane-bound organelles. Their DNA is in the nucleus region and not in a nucleus like eukaryotic cells. For eukaryotic cells, organisms can be single-celled, unicellular, or multicellular, consist of many cells. Most organelles in eukaryotic cells are membrane-bound. The organelles have phospholipid bilayer around them. In eukaryotic cells, usually bigger, contains 80S ribosomes as opposed to 70S in prokaryotic cells. Examples of eukaryotic cells: animal, plant, fungi, and protists. DNA structure in eukaryotic cells are in linear DNA organized into chromosomes inside the nucleus, whereas in prokaryotic cells, it's just one single chromosome. Eukaryotic cells can produce sexually via meiosis and fertilization, or asexually via mitosis. But prokaryotic cells produce asexually using binary fission as a method. Eukaryotic cells can have cell walls, like in case of plants and fungi. Prokaryotic cells mostly have a cell wall,